Hello, everyone, and welcome to Welland Stadium, the pond, as we get set for the matchup between the Welland Jackfish and the Hamilton Cardinals. I'm Brendan Lang, here to take you along in this one as we take a look at this matchup. Welland off to a strong start to the season so far, 2-0, after that big comeback win on Saturday afternoon against the London Major, scoring 6 runs in the 9th inning to win that game 8-7. On the other side of the field, the Hamilton Cardinals sitting at 1-2. In their game, they also beat the Brantford Red Sox in their first game of the season, 11-1. So before we get set to go here, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the visiting Hamilton Cardinals. Leading off and playing first base is Tristan Osika. Luis Jean, the shortstop, bats second. Justin Gideon plays center field and hits third. Tyler Duncan, the right fielder, bats fourth. Lane Renault plays third base and hits fifth. Jeremy Veilleux does the catching and bats sixth. Ashton Feo bats seventh and plays left field. Robin Fox-Pappas is the DH and hits 8th, and Tyler Giancos plays second base and bats 9th. And that lineup is going to face off against Jake Harford, making his second start of the season. In his first outing, he started the opener against the Red Sox. In his first outing, it was a strong one. Went 6 innings, only allowed 3 hits, did give up a run. It was unearned. Walked 2 and struck out 6. So as he finishes his warm-up tosses, we take a look at the Jackfish defense. At first base, Zarly Cena getting back into the lineup. Played in the outfield last year. He's getting to start at first base today. Tyler Dupuis plays second. Mike Wagner back there at shortstop. And Ethan Hunt, making his Jackfish debut, plays third base. Hogan Brown in left field. Gio Morello now moving from first base to center field. Brandon Nicholson plays right field. And Sam Cocker catching his third game of the season. So Tristan Osika, the left-handed hitter, walks out of the on-deck circle, knocks the donut off his bat, and we're ready for baseball here on a Thursday night at Welland Stadium. The Jackfish fans into it early as Harford looks in for the sign. He's got it. And here comes the first pitch of the ball game. Right over the outside corner, and he got a swing and a miss. And he's ahead 0-1 in the count for Harford. He started a lot of big games for this team. He also started Game 1 of the playoffs last year for the Jackfish. Made 4 starts for them in the regular season. Gets another swing and a miss, that time on an off-speed pitch. He made 4 appearances for the Jackfish, 2 starts in the regular season. In that limited time, he did have the team-leading ERA over those 4 games. And he's way up in the count now, 0-2 to Osika. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. That one's high and away. And the count's now 1-2. He tried to get him to chase a high fastball. As Osika stands in, 154 in the early going through 3 games for him. He's also driven in a run. Batting at the top of the order and playing first base, and he swings and misses at an off-speed pitch. For the first out of the ball game, it comes via the strikeout. And there's 1 away as Harford gets Osika. So quickly a strikeout there for Harford. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, had 6 in his first outing. So now here comes Luis Jean, the shortstop, hitting .385 through the first 3 games of this season for the Cardinals. His first season in the IBL, the Dominican native takes right over the outside corner. And it's strike 1. Good to see early on Harford getting ahead of these hitters. He got ahead 0-2 to the leadoff man, Osika. And now he's ahead 0-1 to the second hitter and shortstop as he gets a bouncing ball to third base, and that will be foul. Luis Jean just out in front of an off-speed pitch, rolled it to third base. Ethan Brown making his Jackfish debut, IBL debut. We'll talk about him as the broadcast goes along. Made that play down there at third, but it was foul. For Jean in the first game against Brantford, hit for the cycle. Good way to start off your IBL career. But he's down in the count, 0-2. That pitch is inside. Just getting out of the way is Jean. And the count's now 1-2, and that's a good pitch for Harford to try to get in on the hands of the shortstop. We know he's a good hitter. Hitting .385 to start the year. He's also driven in 2 runs, and he has a home run as well. Also stolen 2 bags, so he's got a mix of power and speed here, batting near the top of the order as he hits a ball into right field. Nicholson moving over now towards the line, still going, reaches out just before crossing into foul territory and makes the catch. And there's 2 away now for the Jackfish.
Third, center fielder number 11, Justin Gideon.
Brandon Nicholson making his 3rd consecutive start out there in right field. Had a long way to go, but made it look easy. So now it's Justin Gideon coming up to the plate, and he's been an IBL All-Star before, hitting .429 to start off this season. First pitch from Harford, swing and a miss. And he's behind in the count, 0-1. Early on in this game, Harford's got quite a few swings and misses on a lot of fastballs. Good to see his fastballs get a lot of life early on in this game. The 0-1. Swing and a miss once again. He went with the fastball up, and he's up 0-2 now. And we'll see if he continues to pump the fastball here to the center fielder, Gideon. Comes set at the belt. And the 0-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield. Moving towards the mound. Now it's the shortstop, Wagner, calling everybody off. He's underneath it, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So the Cardinals go 3 up, 3 down in the top of the first. Jackfish coming up for the first time as we move to the bottom of the first here at Welland Stadium. And we're set to go here in the bottom of the first inning. And taking the mound for the Cardinals is Ben Braun, making his 2nd start of the season as well. Just like his counterpart, Jake Harford, in his first game also went 6 innings, gave up 2 hits, did not allow an earned run, walked 3, and struck out 5. He actually started his career in the Jackfish organization when they were called Burlington. The Burlington Herd, he pitched for them. And now playing here for the Hamilton Cardinals. So Gio Morello will lead things off. He's been the leadoff hitter for all the games so far in this Jackfish season. Hits from the left side, lefty on lefty matchup to start the ball game. And the first pitch to him is up and in. Had to bend out of the way. That'll wake you up early on. He's had a good start to the year, hitting .300. Stole 2 bags. He's also driven in a run, batting from that leadoff spot. The 1-0. Inside once again, and that time it runs in and gets him. So Morello, looks like he took it off the forearms, going to jog down to first base. The first pitch of the game came way up and in. He had to bend out of the way. The next pitch hit him. But I'm sure he'll take it, get on base any way you can. For Tyler Dupuis, who's had a torrid start to this 2022 season. Through the 2 games so far, hitting .500. He's also driven in 2 runs. The rest of the lineup looks like this. Dupuis after him will be Brandon Nicholson playing right field. Ethan Hunt plays third base and bats fourth. The first pitch to Dupuis is on the outside corner for a strike. Batting sixth is Matt Hildebrandt. The DH Hogan Brown hits fifth in left field. Sam Cocker bats seventh. The catcher's Arlie Cena plays first base and bats eighth. And Mike Wagner back in the lineup bats ninth and plays shortstop. The next pitch is high. And the count's now 1-1 to Dupuis. Morello, as I mentioned before, has 2 stolen bases on the campaign. Takes his lead off of first base, being held on by Osika. Pickoff move is on. They throw over there easily back to first base is Morello. The count remains 1-1. Now Morello's got a sense of what that pickoff move looks like from the left-hander. Definitely not his A move, but we'll see if he takes a little bit bigger lead now as he does deliver this pitch to the plate, and it's fouled away. Got in on Dupuis' hands. And Braun's now ahead in the count, 1-2. Nobody out. Morello standing at first base. The left-hander looking in for the sign. He's got it. Comes set now, and the 1-2. Fouled straight back. Once again, looked like that got inside to Dupuis. The count's now remaining at 1-2, and that looks like a point of emphasis here early on for Braun, the starter. Went inside twice, a little too far inside to Morello, got him, and now 2 back-to-back pitches to the inside to the right-hander in Dupuis. And he's fouled both the ways, so we'll see if he goes back to the inside or if he maybe throws an off-speed pitch over the outside corner. The lefty's ready, set at the belt. And the 1-2 pitch, once again fouled away. Pitch not as far inside, just a little bit low, in fact. Dupuis still able to get a bat on it and foul it away and stay alive in a 1-2 count. Dupuis played shortstop on Saturday afternoon as Brandon Underhill started the game at second base. Now back at his regular position, second base, Mike Wagner is playing shortstop, and he hits a ball in the air into right field. Moving over now is Duncan. Now he's underneath it. He makes the catch. Morello's tagging from first base, but it's just going to be a bluff move as he holds on right there. The throw comes back in quickly, and there's one away now for the right fielder, Brandon Nicholson.
Batting third, the right fielder, number 13, Brandon Nicholson.
So now here comes Brandon Nicholson in his third season with the Jackfish. He joined the team, about halfway through the season last year. Hit .271 in 14 games. Looking for a big hit here in the first inning with a runner on. First pitch just misses over the outside corner. And it's 1-0. We saw on Saturday, if you were with us, Ben Mercier, the home plate umpire, had a very wide strike zone. Today we'll see if that's the case. That pitch right there, though, looked to be pretty close on the outside, but called a ball, so we'll see if that is something to come here. The next pitch is outside as well, maybe a bit high, and it's 2-0. Talked about the speed that this Jackfish team has, not only for stealing bases, but also to divide that attention between the hitter and the base runner. See if they can get the hitter a good pitch to hit. The 2-0, Morello is running. Throw down to second, bounces, and it's not in time. It actually bounced off the runner, Morello, and he steals second base. So for Morello, that's his 4th stolen base on the season. And once again, this Jackfish team trying to wreak havoc on the base paths. Manager Brian Essery talked about it before the season started. Morello's going to be that table setter at the top of the lineup, and right there he gets on with it by pitch, gets over to first. Now he's in scoring position. See if Nicholson can drive in a run as he sits ahead 2-1 in the count, and he belts it out to left field. Moving back is Feo, still going back. He's at the wall, and it's gone! Brandon Nicholson drives one to left field, and the Jackfish have an early 2-0 lead.
Brandon Nicholson.
Brandon Nicholson with his first home run of the season. First home run for the Jackfish this year. And they take an early lead, 2-0. Looked like he got a pitch out over the plate. He was ahead in the count and hit a scorcher out to left field. Now it's Ethan Hunt, the third baseman, making his IBL and Jackfish debut as he stands in against the left-hander Braun. Mattingly Romanen started the first two games at third base. Now Hunt getting in there, played his last two seasons at Oklahoma Panhandle State. Getting a chance now in the IBL as he's behind in the count 0-1. And it bounces in the dirt. Before that, played at Charleston. So 4 years playing college baseball in the United States. From Kingston as he sits in a 1-1 count. The next pitch from Braun bounces to the plate. And now Hunt is ahead in the count 2-1, and down on the field during batting practice, Hunt hit a ball off the scoreboard. Something we haven't seen yet. See if he displays that power. Now we know the scoreboard is durable. Showed no damage. And he's sitting ahead in the count 2-1, one away in the inning, nobody out. Jackfish lead at 2-0, and he takes inside once again, almost ran in there and got him. But he's way up in the count now, 3-1, and this has been a good inning for Jackfish hitters working the count. Braun's been a little bit wild to start. Getting themselves in good hitters' counts. The 3-1 offering on the way. Hit right back up the middle, snagged on a line. Thrown to first base, and it's in time. Quick reactions on the mound by Ben Braun, and there's two away.
Batting fifth, left fielder number 24, Hogan.
That ball was ticketed for center field off the bat of Hunt. Thought it was going to get up the middle, but a great defensive play early on. Just reach out, stab it with the glove, and make an easy toss to first base. So now here's Hogan Brown, the left fielder, playing in his third game of the year. He started all three games in left field, and he bloops the ball into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Brown's on first base. And the Jackfish get a base runner with two away, and that'll bring up Matt Hildebrandt, the designated hitter.
Designated hitter number 39, Matt Hildebrandt.
In that second game of the season against London, Brown was still searching for his first hit. He put together really quality at-bats, hit a ball hard to second base, then broke through, and now he's on the board once again with a two-out single, and that'll bring up the big man, Matt Hildebrandt. Had a huge hit on Saturday. First pitch breaking ball is a strike, lefty on lefty, and he's behind 0-1. Hildebrandt capped off that huge inning by the Jackfish, the ninth inning, against those Majors to come all the way back and beat them 8-7 as the throw's over to first. Brown back easily. We've seen it twice now. Hildebrandt able to handle that inside pitch, ripped it down the line. It was a 2 RBI single that gave the Jackfish their second win of the season. The 0-1 pitch to Hildebrandt, fouled straight back just over our heads. And he's behind now 0-2. And this time, Braun getting ahead in the count now, 0-2. We saw him use a breaking ball to get the first strike against Hildebrandt. We'll see if he goes back to it now, sitting in a 2-strike count. Brown takes his lead off of first base, not going anywhere. It's up and in. Had to bend out of danger. And the count's now 1-2. We've seen that fastball run arm side quite a bit here early on from Braun. And now Hildebrandt's back in the count at 1-2. Two away. Jackfish lead at 2-0 on the Nicholson 2-run homer. And Hildebrandt pops it up. The third baseman, Renault, moving over now. The catcher going over as well. That was Veilleux, but he runs out of room. And the ball drops in the seats.
From Beamsville and given to a nice youngster from Welland. Thank you.
Hildebrandt a season ago hit .347. Mostly spending time at DH. He did play a little bit of first base for the team last year as well, and now A couple question marks, too, at first base. Morello played the first 2 games. Now it's Zarlicina. 2 guys who are regularly playing the outfield have gotten starts at first base. The next pitch over the outside corner. It's strike 3. Hildebrandt's rung up, and the inning is over. But the Jackfish do score 2 on the 2-run home run by Brandon Nicholson as we go to the top of the second.
It's now time.
Let's go to the top of the second as the Jackfish lead it 2-0 against the 1-2 Hamilton Cardinals. Coming up is Tyler Duncan, the right fielder. Left-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitcher, Jake Harford. Harford 3 up, 3 down in the first inning. See if he can replicate that magic here in the second. First pitch grounded out to shortstop. Wagner knocks it down. Now he's going to fire it, and it's not going to be in time. So Tyler Duncan gets on to start the inning. Likely he'll go down as an E6. Wagner got in front of that ball, kind of bounced away from him. Still tried to throw him out, but couldn't get enough on it. And the speed from Duncan was shown there. He beat it out with ease. So now a runner at first base for Lane Renault. And we've seen that a few times now. Shortstop having a little bit of trouble fielding the ball at Welland Stadium to start this season. First pitch over the outside corner to the third baseman, Renault. And he's ahead 0-1. Standing over there at first base is Tyler Duncan, who just got on the air, played college baseball at Arkansas State. Was named second team all-conference, Sun Belt in his final season with the team. And he gets back in on the pickoff move from Harford. Count still 0-1 to Renault. Duncan was also part of the Canadian junior national team. That's 3 guys on this Hamilton roster that played for the junior national team. Takes his lead off at first, and the ball scorched into center field. Backing up Morello, still on the run, and it's going to bounce off the wall. Heading around third now, and coming to the plate now, held up is Duncan. Now he is going to go through, and he's going to score. Tyler Duncan looked like he was going to be held up at third base. But then there was a little bit of a bobble out there in the outfield, and he scores with ease. So Lane Renault with an absolute screamer off the wall in center field gets Hamilton on the board, and it's now 2-1. So for Renault, that's his second RBI of the season, hitting only 154 in the first 3 games, so that'll bump that average up a little bit as he stands now at second base with nobody out. And the catcher, Jeremy Veilleux, steps up to the plate. Veilleux hitting .500 in the early going. He's been off to a good start, trying to drive in a run here. Already has 2 RBIs to his ledger so far. The first pitch to Veilleux, breaking ball, perfectly drops in there. And the count's 0-1, and I think that's the first time we've seen Hartford use that breaking ball to get ahead of the hitter. He started it on the inside, broke it right over the middle of the plate. And he's now ahead with a runner standing out in scoring position. The 0-1 from Hartford. Popped up to first base. Zarlicina on the run, and he won't be able to get there. Bounces in foul territory. You could see off the bat, Cena broke back and then couldn't quite recover and get in there. And sometimes those are the difficult ones when there's a big swing. The ball doesn't come off the bat too sharply. Was fooled a little bit, but Hartford is way up in the count now. It's 0-2 to Veilleux. Renault standing out at second base after he hit a double off the wall. And the Jackfish lead at 2-1. The 0-2. Inside, just off the plate. And the count is now 1-2. Standing on deck right now is Ashton Feo, the left fielder. He's 0 for 5 on the season so far, so looking for his first hit still as he waits on deck. Nobody out. Runner Renault takes his lead off of second. The 1-2. Popped up behind first base. Cena going back, now pulling up just at the cut of the grass. And he makes the easy catch. And we get the first out of the top of the second, so Cena able to redeem himself quickly, missed that short pop-up early on. And now that one just behind first base, he makes the play. And there's one away, and Ashton Feo comes up now. So Renault still standing out there at second base with one out. Feo wanted to go after it. He did hold off, but that doesn't matter, as it's called a strike over the outside corner. Feo, as I mentioned, does not have a hit on the season so far. This would be a big time for him to come through with his first knock with a runner standing out there at second base. Checks the runner at second. Now Hartford delivers to the plate. Just missing outside. Maybe a bit low as well. And the count's now 1-1. Hartford and Cocker taking a little while to get on the same page. Now they do have the pitch. And here comes the 1-1. It was a fastball. He missed low. Cocker did a great job just to be able to get that glove on it. And the count's now 2-1. Sometimes those fastballs are the most difficult pitch to block as a catcher because it doesn't really bounce up too high, kind of skips along the ground. But Cocker got his glove over there to hold that runner at second base, not allowing him to pick up another 90 feet. The 2-1 pitch drifts outside. A little bit of arm side run on that fastball from Hartford, and now it's a 3-1 count to Feo. Not a guy you want to walk here in Feo. Still looking for his first hit of the season. And here comes the 3-1. It's bounced on the ground to shortstop. Wagner's right there. He picks it up. He's going to fire it to first in time. The runner will move up to third. Good base running from Lane Renault, but there are 2 outs.
Designated hitter number 44, Robin Fox Pappas.
And that's a good read by Renault. After the error made by Wagner, he's thinking he probably just wants to get the sure out at first base, so he picks up a huge 90 feet. And now here comes Robin Fox Pappas, the DH, batting in the right-handed batter's box. The first pitch to him from Hartford. Over the outside corner. And it's strike one. You notice with a runner on third base and 2 away, Hartford going back to his motion that he uses when there are no runners on base. Still doesn't pitch out of the full windup, but a little bit more deliberate to home plate. The 0-1. Way outside. Once again, Cocker. Great job to get over there and block it. And the count's 1-1, and that's why that 90 feet is huge for Renault and the Cardinals. Because now you can score on a wild pitch, and almost had one right there. But Cocker with a great defensive play. The count's now 1-1. Jackfish lead at 2-1 as we play in the top of the second. And the offering bounced right back to the mound. Hartford gloves it, flip it over to first, and that will retire the side. So the Cardinals do get one on an RBI double from Lane Renault. He gets to third base but can't score. The Jackfish go to the bottom of the second and lead it 2-1. Sam Cocker leads off the bottom of the second inning for the Jackfish.
Leading off the second
Cocker off to a good start, 286, 2 RBIs.
16, Sam Cocker.
Hitting in the number 7 spot today. Was hitting in the 8 spot the first couple games of this season. Hildebrand was batting in that 7 spot, but now he's moved up into the 7th spot as Hildebrand has moved into the 6 hole, and he takes the first pitch over for strike one. Jackfish lead at 2-1 on a home run by Nicholson. And now time is called at the plate. There's a bit of a delay on the walk-up music. Now it's all in order, and we're ready to play some baseball. The 0-1 pitch, beautiful breaking ball, catches the outside corner. It's 0-2. Cocker down in the count. Zarlicina, the first baseman, is standing on deck, and then Mike Wagner's in the hole. He's due up this inning as well. It's an 0-2 count from Braun. Bounced on the ground to the shortstop. Jean off his glove. He's not going to have a play, and Cocker's going to beat it out. So right there, Renault was going over to make the play. It got past him, and then Luis Jean had the ball kick off the heel of his glove. I don't know if he would have been able to throw him out, even if he comes up with the play cleanly. So we'll see how they score it, but nonetheless, a runner at first base for Zarlicina getting his first at-bat of this 2022 season. Cena playing in his 5th season in the Intercounty Baseball League. Cocker takes his lead off of first base. First pitch to Cena over the outside corner at strike one. Started his career with the Kitchener Panthers. Now batting here with a runner at first base, down in the count 0-1. Next pitch to him, bounced up the middle, and it's stopped on a dive. Flip to second for one. Throw it to first. What a double play! Diving up the middle was Tyler Giancos. Glove flip to shortstop. Jean cut across the bag, made a strong throw to first. And 2 for the price of 1 on a gorgeous defensive effort. So Cena's first at-bat of the season results in a double play. And now the number 9 hitter, Wagner, comes up and he pops one up on the infield. The pitcher's calling for it. They all converge around the mound. But it's Lane Renault coming over to make the play. So a runner does get on. But Braun faces the minimum here in the bottom of the second. 2-1 Jackfish lead it as we move to the top of the third.
All right, guess what time?
Your time is now. You're ready for your next big step. Niagara College is a proven leader among Ontario colleges. Our students are prepared to succeed and drive innovation locally and around the world. Our supportive student culture and state-of-the-art learning facilities help you achieve your dream. Choose academic excellence. Choose experiential learning.
Top of the third inning we go. Tyler Giancos steps up to the plate, the number 9 hitter. He's also looking for his first hit of the season. He's gone 0 for 9 to start the year, but he made a sparkling defensive play in the bottom half of the second inning on a double play. Dove up the middle, glove flip to second to get 1, and then the throw back to first was in time to get Zarly Cena. See if he carries some of that momentum from the defensive play up to the plate. 1-0 pitch, bounced on the ground, cutting over and making the play there is Hunt. Throw across the diamond in time to get the first out of the third inning.
First baseman, number 22, Tristan Osika.
That was Ethan Hunt making the defensive play at third base. Did a good job to cut in front of the shortstop, Wagner. Took his momentum, threw it across the diamond. He's actually played more shortstop and center field in his career. So getting a new look here at third base, but he made that one look easy. First pitch to the top of the order as we go back to the top as Tristan Osika takes a breaking ball in there for strike 1. Osika, the left-handed hitter, struck out in his first time up. Sits in an 0-1 count, 1 away. Jackfish lead at 2-1. Next pitch just outside. Harford didn't get the call in the outside corner, and the count's even at 1-1. Osika in his second season with the Cardinals, sitting in a 1-1 count. Here comes the offering. Swing and a miss. Got the fastball by him. We saw that in his first at-bat. He was unable to catch up to the fastball. So Harford's going to go right back to it. He's ahead in the count now, 1-2. We'll see if he goes with it again. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him on a high fastball. Struck him out for the second time today. And there's quickly 2 away.
Shortstop, number 23, Luis Jean.
The second time Osika swung and missed for the strikeout. That's Harford's second of the game. Both coming to the leadoff hitter. And now Luis Jean comes up to the dish. He flew out into right field. His first time up. But he's off to a hot start to the season. He hit it just down the line. Nicholson did a great job to run it down. The first pitch to Jean way up. And the count's now 1-0. Harford's got his sign. Set at the belt. And the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. It was a breaking ball. He got him to swing over the top of it. And the count's now 1-1. Jean was an international free agent, signed with the Colorado Rockies in 2011. He spent 6 seasons in that organization, making it all the way up to Double-A. His best season was his first season when he played in the Dominican Summer League, and he checks his swing. They'll check down to first base, did not go. Down there at first base is Mike Guthrow. Says no swing. And the count's now 2-1 to Jean. Played most of his time at shortstop in the organization. Known for his defensive prowess. Also has got good speed on the bases. As he's sitting in a 2-1 count. Belted in the gap. Morello on the run. Still running. Now at the track at the wall, and it bangs off the wall. Morello runs into the wall as well. Jean's around second. He's going to try for third, and he's going to get in there standing up. A 2-out triple for Luis Jean to center field. As Gio Morello looks shaken up on the play as he ran into the wall hard at full speed. And he's still down on the warning track right now getting to his feet. And if you've been here to Welland Stadium before, you've seen that outfield fence. There is absolutely no give. No padding on that wall. Morello, playing at full speed, ran right into that fence.
Center fielder, number 11.
So glad to see he's back up to his feet and walking back to center field. Looked like a scary play right away. Seemed like he didn't really know the wall was coming that soon. But now he's back up as Cocker and Harford meet on the mound to give their center fielder some time. So for Luis Jean, that's his second triple of the season. Talked about his speed when he was at the plate. He showed it off right there. And now he's standing at third base with 2 outs. Justin Gideon at the plate, and he takes outside for a ball. Of course, Gideon off to a torrid start to the season. And he's been a good hitter for a long time in this league. Hit .368 last year and .500 in the postseason. So a reliable guy batting in that 3 spot, and he swings and misses at a fastball. And that's been a common theme for Hartford against this Cardinals lineup, getting them to swing through high fastballs. Runner at third base, and the 1-1 pitch. Just a bit high. You can see Cocker and Hartford wanted the call. They didn't get it. From home plate umpire Chris Long. He's had a pretty tight strike zone all game long. But if you're Hartford, that's a pitch you really want to have, especially against a hitter of Gideon's caliber. Now the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him to swing over the top of an off-speed pitch. And it's now 2-2. For Gideon, he's played 209 consecutive games in the IBL. His first team All-Star a year ago. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got the strikeout with a runner at third, and the inning is over. So a 2-out triple gets stranded right there at third base, and the Jackfish still lead it 2-1 as we go to the bottom of the third here at the Pond. Bottom of the third inning, and good news for the Jackfish. Gio Morello had a big collision out there in center field with the wall. He seems to be okay. He's going to lead off here in the third inning. Bit of a tough start to the game for Morello. He got hit by a pitch in his first at-bat. Then had a collision with the wall, but he is looking good, and he's in the left-handed batter's box to start this bottom of the third inning. First offering from Braun is a breaking ball up and inside, and he takes it for a ball. Morello hitting .300 even through the first 2 games. Also stole a base last time and scored on the home run from Nicholson. This time he cranks it out to right field. Moving over is the right fielder Duncan. Still going back. He's at the wall. He looks up, and it's gone. A towering home run for the leadoff hitter, Gio Morello, and the Jackfish have a 3-1 lead.
Fans, put your hands together for Gio Morello. That
That ball was absolutely skied into right field. And for Gio Morello, his first home run on the season. And the Jackfish have scored all 3 runs via the long ball. Now it's Tyler Dupuis popping one up. Shallow right field, going out is the second baseman. Gianco's now still going back, and he drops it. Dupuis now gets onto first base. Looked like a routine pop fly. Looked like it was going to be the first out of the inning. But it drops in shallow right field. So Dupuis on first base, and back to that home run. Morello looking good after running into that center field fence. Gives the Jackfish a 3-1 lead. And now another chance as Brandon Nicholson comes up to the plate, and he went deep his first time up. Hit a home run to left field. Scored the first 2 runs of this ball game. And he has a runner standing at first base. The first pitch to him is a breaking ball, bounces in. And it's 1-0. This Jackfish team, not known as much for their power as last year's team, but they're showing it off right here. 2 home runs and 3 runs via the long ball, and now throw over to first base. Dupuis picked off, throw into second. The tag applied, and they got him. First out of the inning as Dupuis gunned down. So that left-handed pitcher with the pickoff move to first base, he got Dupuis leaning. But in a 3-1 game early on, you don't mind the aggressiveness on the base paths. And now nobody's on for Nicholson, and he hits a ball into center field. It's dropping quickly, going back to the second baseman. Now the shortstop, Jean, calls him off, makes a shoulder-high catch to record the second out. You see Luis Jean showing off that athleticism, going back behind second base, making an easy catch. And now here comes Ethan Hunt. Grounded right back to the pitcher his first time up, but he hit it about 100 miles an hour. Just right into the glove of Braun, and the first pitch to him is outside. And the count is 1-0. Mentioned it before, put on a show in batting practice, so we know he's got power as well. And he's batting in the number 4 spot and playing third base. The 1-0. And he hits it to right field. Duncan now coming in, still coming on, dives, and makes a sprawling catch. Third out of the inning, 2 times. Ethan Hunt has been robbed, but that will retire the side. So the Jackfish get another run on a Gio Morello homer as we go to the top of the 4th. Tyler Duncan comes up to the plate to lead off the 4th inning. Duncan reached on an error by the shortstop Wagner's first time up, and he swings through the first pitch of the inning as Harford gets ahead. which is something he's done quite a bit here in this start. As after Duncan, Lane Renault stands on deck, and then Jeremy Veilleux, the catcher, due up third in this inning. 0-1 offering on the way. Off-speed pitch drifts outside. And now the count is 1-1. Duncan was a draft pick of the Seattle Mariners back in 2016 out of high school, but decided to go to college, played at Arkansas State, and he swings through another fastball. And now it's 1-2. Just a good athlete all around the field, also was a soccer player in high school. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. May have been fouled at the plate, but a strikeout, and the fourth strikeout of the game for Harford. Pumped the fastball right by him. And once again, these Cardinals hitters not able to catch up to that Harford offering. And it seems like he's just going to stay right there all game long. And I mean, if they can't hit it, no reason to go away from it. Usually you start off hitters with the fastball, and then you go to the off-speed stuff and the breaking stuff to get the outs. But he's kind of gone the other way, and this ball's topped to third base. Moving in his hunt, now he picks it up, fires on a first, picked out of the dirt by Cena. And Lane Renault is retired on a good scoop at first. The throw from Ethan Hunt was just a little bit low to first base, and Cena, who we talked about at the top of the broadcast, is not known to be playing first base, usually an outfielder. Made it look like he's been playing there his whole life on that play, helping out his third baseman. And now Jeremy Veilleux, the catcher, with 2 away, gets a chance. Nobody on base. 3-1 is the score. First pitch breaking ball, again starting a hitter off with something off speed. And he gets ahead. It's 0-1. Veilleux, his second season with the Cardinals, was their starting catcher a season ago as well. He takes outside, and it's 1-1. Played college baseball at Slippery Rock University. Also played at McMaster University here in Hamilton. The 1-1 pitch with 2 outs. Bounced right back to the mound. Harford gloves it. Flip it over to first base. Easy out. And the side is retired. Harford goes 3 up, 3 down. And the Jackfish still lead at 3-1 as they come to bat in the bottom of the 4th.
fielder number 24, Hogan Brown.
Hogan Brown coming up to the plate here in the fourth inning. Brown in his first time up, looped a ball into center field. Hit a single, left-on-left matchup, and Braun to the plate. Breaking ball over the inside edge. And it's 1-1. Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, waits on deck. Sam Cocker, the catcher, also due up in this inning. Hogan Brown waiting in the left-handed batter's box. Here's the offering from Braun. It's low. And the count's 1-1. Brown, one of 3 imports on this Jackfish roster from Virginia Beach. Played baseball at Virginia Commonwealth University as he takes inside. Right over the inside corner, and it's 1-2 now as he falls behind the starter Braun. Jackfish lead at 3-1. Hogan Brown awaits the 1-2 pitch. Takes it in the dirt. Ball 2. All 3 Jackfish runs coming via the long ball. First inning home run from Brandon Nicholson, scored 2, and then Gio Morello last inning hit a ball deep into right field. It's a 2-2 count to Brown. Swing, foul at the plate, hung onto by Veilleux. And the first out of the inning. So now the DH, Matt Hildebrandt. Stepping up to the dish, mentioned it before, had that huge hit against London on Saturday. His first time up here, struck out looking, it was a ball on the outside corner that he took. May have thought it was a bit off the plate outside, but again with 2 strikes, too close to take. So now we'll see if he can get on, as the first pitch to him is high. And the count's 0-1. You take a look on the field right now, and not something you see a lot here in the Intercounty Baseball League, but the shift being played with the shortstop Jean playing on the other side of second base. 3 infielders on the right side. Hildebrandt swings through a ball on the inside half, and the count's now even at 1-1. And that's something you see a lot in Major League Baseball. Almost every hitter, an extreme shift is being played, but not something you see very often here in the IBL. The 1-1 to Hildebrandt, sprays it foul down the third base line. That'll get out of play. And you can possibly see Hildebrandt right there trying to go the other way with that huge hole where the shortstop's usually standing. And a bit of an interesting shift as well, because the third baseman has not moved off the line as Hildebrandt tops a ball wide of first base. Great play down there. Pat Casey makes the play, barehanded catch. And the count's now 1-2 to Hildebrandt. That time he was out in front, did ground a ball to where the shift is. But it was foul. Now he sits in a 1-2 count, there's 1 away, and the Jackfish lead at 3-1. Pitch is just high. Looked like it caught a lot of the plate, but just over the strike zone, and now it's even at 2-2. Hildebrandt, no batting gloves, ready in the left-handed batter's box, takes, strike 3 called. Got him looking for the second time today, and there's 2 down. And that's the second looking strikeout for Hildebrandt. Almost the exact same pitch on the outside corner. So now the defense goes back to their regular positions as the catcher Sam Cocker climbs into the box. He had an infield single his last time up, and then he was erased on a double play. And he fouls one at the dish. And the count is 0-1. Cocker, playing in his 3rd game of the season, will be the everyday catcher for the Fish, as their catcher last year, Cole Workin, has signed to play pro ball in the United States. So Cocker, the Durham College product, takes outside, and the count is now even at 1-1. Two outs, nobody on. And the 1-1 offering. Popped up. First baseman Osika moving over towards the seats. But he'll watch that ball go foul. And the count is now 1-2. Cocker looked like he was right on that pitch, just couldn't get the barrel to it. And the count's now 1-2 to the Jackfish catcher. Left-hander Ben Braun now set. And here comes the 1-2 offering. Breaking ball missed outside. And the count's even now at 2-2. Braun working quickly now. He's got his sign. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him on the breaking ball. And Braun strikes out the side. Jackfish still do lead it, though, 3-1 as we move to the top of the fifth.
Your time is now. You're ready for your next big step. Niagara College is a proven leader among Ontario colleges. Our students are prepared to succeed and drive innovation locally and around the world. Our supportive student culture and state-of-the-art learning facilities help you achieve your dream. Choose academic excellence. Choose experiential learning. Choose career success. Choose Niagara College today. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
Brendan Lang back here as we go to the
Your
top of the
time.
fifth inning. And Ashton Feo, the left fielder, leads things off bottom third of the order for the Cardinals. Robin Fox-Pappas, the DH, hits next, and then Tyler Giancos, the second baseman, will bat third in this inning. First pitch from Hartford slashed away foul. Into the Jackfish dugout, looking at the out-of-town scoreboard. The Guelph Royals have a 2-1 lead against Barrie. And the Toronto Maple Leafs in Kitchener lead the Panthers 4-2. Both games right now in the top of the fourth inning. 0-1 pitch, sawed off the hitter Feo. And it's fouled away down the third base line, and that barrel of the bat flew all the way out to the pitcher's mound. The barrel of the bat traveled farther than the baseball. And that's got to be a scary sight as a pitcher, standing out there seeing half a bat flying at you. but he did avoid the shrapnel. And now Feo has a new bat. And he's down on the count 0-2. And he slashes it down the line. That's a fair ball. Brown going over. It's going to get to the fence. Moving around first base now. Getting into second is Feo. And a stand-up double for the Cardinals left fielder. And now a runner in scoring position for the designated hitter. So for Feo, he was 0 for 6 coming into that at-bat on the season. Now gets his first knock of the 2022 campaign, and it was a sharply hit double down the left field line. And now time is called at the plate. Looked like Harford agreed to a pitch, but then he didn't want to throw it. So he thought he'd rethink things with a runner out there at second base. This is the DH, Robin Fox Pappas. Right-handed hitter. First pitch in the dirt. Picked up nicely by Sam Cocker, and he's done that a few times with runners in scoring position today. One time with a runner at third, not allowing a run to come in, and twice now with runners standing out at second and blocking that ball, not letting them get that extra 90 feet. So important, especially with nobody away in the inning. And that pitch from Harford over the outside edge. Fox Pappas didn't like the call. But it's strike one, and the count's even at 1-1. Time is called at the plate. Fox Pappas playing in his first year with the team. Played at George Brown College, where he hit .395 in his final season in the OCAA. The 1-1 outside, once again picked up by Sam Cocker. And it's 2-1 now. Nobody away. Jackfish lead at 3-1. Both runs coming via the home run. Nicholson in the first, Morello in the third. And now it's a 2-1 count. Runner standing at second base. The offering from Harford. Bounce back to the mound. It's off his glove. Wagner's going to charge in, pick it up on a bare hand, throw on the run, and they got him at first. A great effort and great defensive play by the shortstop, Mike Wagner. After the ball deflected off of Harford's glove, landed in no man's land, looked like nobody was going to have a play on it. Wagner came out of nowhere, barehanded, throw on the run, in plenty of time to get Fox Pappas at first base. So the DH is retired. The runner does move up 90 feet into third base, and now he's 90 feet away from scoring. First pitch is taken outside by Giancos. And he's ahead in the count 1-0. Got a runner standing at third base, 1 out. Jackfish lead 3-1. The 1-0 offering. Swing and a miss. Got him to swing through it, and this is 3 times there's been a runner on third base in this game so far for the Cardinals, and Harford's done it every time, gone back to his slower delivery that he uses most of the time when no runners are on base. But with 1 away and a runner at third, he has that long leg kick, and it's hit in the air. Right field, Nicholson going over into the alley. He pulls up. Now he makes the catch. Runner's tagging from third base, and he will come in to score. So a sacrifice fly. Feo comes across the plate, and the Cardinals are within 1. It's 3-2. So a sac fly for Giancos. Picks up his first RBI of the season, still looking for his first hit. He's now 0 for 11, but in that number 9 spot, runner at third base, less than 2 outs. Great situational hitting from the Cardinals second baseman. So now we go back to the top of the order in Osika. Pitch grazes the outside corner. It's 0-1. Osika struck out swinging twice so far in this game, both times on high fastballs. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. It's high. And the count's 1-1. 3-2 is our score. Both teams, Welland with 4 hits, Hamilton with 3. 2 outs, no runners on. Here comes the 1-1. Once again, drifts outside. And it's 2-1. And if you're Harford, a guy you've had success with early on in this game, want to come right after the left-handed hitter. Osika off to a slow start at the plate this season. We know that bat will likely come around at some point. And the next pitch, breaking ball, inside corner. And it's strike two, counts now 2-2. With no runners on base, 2 outs in the inning as well. Harford looks in, he gets his sign, takes a deep breath, and now delivers the 2-2. Scorched, in the air, right field, Nicholson on the run, still on the run, he won't get there, bounces off the wall. Osika around first, he's on his way to second, gets in there with a stand-up 2-out double. And a runner now in scoring position with 2 outs for the shortstop, Luis Jean. So Osika gets his first hit of the game after striking out his first 2 times up. And you can tell in that at-bat, he knew Harford liked to go to the fastball to get that strikeout early on, so he was sitting on it and he did not miss it. Harford probably missed over the plate a little more than he would have wanted to with 2 strikes. But it was smoked off the wall in right field. So now Jean comes up, and he takes up high. And it's 1-0 batting with a runner in scoring position as the Cardinals look to tie this ball game up at 3 now. The hits are all evened up, 4 apiece. Both teams with 1 error as well. Jean with 2 RBIs on the season already, looking for a third. Breaking ball, gets the inside corner for a strike. Buckled the Cardinals batter. You saw him jump out of the way of that pitch, but it broke right over the inside corner. A beautiful breaking ball from Harford. He's thrown a few really good ones so far. 1-1 pitch. That time it was a fastball. It bounced in there. Cocker once again gloving it down. Now the count is 2-1 as the runner remains out there at second base in Osika. Luis Jean ready in the box. Pitch from Harford, hit on the ground, third base side, foul. Down into the Jackfish bullpen. Chris Boato showing off some athleticism. Jumps out, fields the ground ball. Pitcher staying loose down there in the bullpen. But Harford pitching well so far, only giving up 2 runs here as he pitches in the 5th. Again, having a little trouble getting on the same page as Cocker. Now he does have the sign. Checks the runner at second base. And the 2-2 offering is inbound. Swing and a miss. Got him on a high fastball. Strikes out Jean, his 5th strikeout of the ball game, and retires the side. The Cardinals do get 1. The Jackfish now lead it 3-2 as they come to bat in the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the fifth we go. First baseman Zarly Cena
Welland Jackfish. First
leading
baseman
off.
Number 2, Zarly Cena.
Cena in his first at-bat grounded into a double play on a great defensive play by the Cardinals' second baseman, Tyler Gianco. And he takes the first pitch outside for ball one, and we've seen Ben Braun do this a few times. Not really happy with the baseballs as he's thrown them back quite often. As that one may have slipped out of his hands, he missed away, and Cena's ahead in the count 1-0. Jackfish lead this game 3-2, courtesy of 2 home runs. Next pitch is outside as well, and the count is 2-0. And that's twice he's missed to the arm side. Cena playing in his first game of the season, getting his first start at first base as he takes on the outside corner. And it's 2-1 now, and it seems to be a point of emphasis for Braun to really pound that outside of the plate to the Jackfish number 8 hitter, Zarly Cena. He's missed twice out there, and then he got that breaking ball for a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 offering. This time he comes back up the middle, and it's shot right back up the middle for Zarly Cena as he checks in with a base hit. That's got to feel good for Zarly Cena. Had a bit of a tough go of it last year, hit 208 on the season, playing in the outfield for the Jackfish. In his second at-bat of the season, scorches a ball up the middle. And now he's on first base, nobody away for the number 9 hitter and shortstop, Mike Wagner. First pitch to Wagner, breaking ball down low. And it's 1-0. Cena standing over there at first base. Had 2 stolen bases a year ago. We'll see if he's running with the number 9 hitter at the plate. The lefty deals to the plate. Wagner pops it up. First baseman Osika moving over now to foul territory, running towards the mounds. He won't get there. Just too far for the first baseman Osika. He was really the only one who had a shot at getting there, as the ball wasn't hit all that high off of Wagner's bat. So the count is now 1-1. As Morello waits on deck. Of course, Morello in his last time up hit a home run to right field. Left on left. And the 1-1 to Wagner. Inside corner strike. And it's 1-2. Wagner looks skyward after that call. Not happy with Chris Long behind home plate, but he's had a pretty consistent zone all night long. And Wagner's behind 1-2. This one's a fastball inside just off the plate. Looked like a similar location as the last time. And it's 2-2. Nobody out. Runner at first base is Zarly Cena after he hit a ground ball up the middle for a base hit. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. Just off the glove of Veilleux. Tough play as a catcher to be able to hang on to those foul-tip third strikes. It's really more luck than anything. He couldn't quite do it there. So Wagner's going to get another opportunity now to hit with a runner on base. Cena gets his lead. Here comes the 2-2. Hit in the gap. Now moving in is Tyler Duncan, and it's going to drop in front of him. Cena getting into second base. A bloop single for the number 9 hitter, Wagner. And there's 2 on with nobody out for Gio Morello.
Center fielder, number 11.
So Gio Morello, 2 RBIs so far on the season. His second RBI came from that solo shot he hit in the 3rd inning against this pitcher Braun. Meeting on the mound now between Veilleux and Braun. Still nobody up in that Cardinals bullpen, as Braun, for the most part, has been effective through 4+ innings. Just the long ball has bit him a couple times. So runner at second base is Zarly Cena. At first base is Mike Wagner after he hit that bloop single into right field. And now here is Gio Morello. Ben Braun, the lefty, comes set. First offering to Morello. Breaking ball in there for strike one. And it's 0-1. Morello playing in center field today. Started the first 2 games of the season at first base, but now in more of his natural position. And then Zarlicina, who's out at second base, also a natural outfielder, playing first base tonight. Here comes the 0-1. Squares around a bunt, and he gets it down to the third baseman, Renaud. Throw across the diamond. It's in time to get the speedy Morello. But both runners are going to move into scoring position.
Second baseman, number 6, Tyler Dupuy.
And I think that's one of those situations where, with the speed of Morello, third baseman playing back, you drop a bunt down, try to get on. If you don't, then it still works out as a sacrifice. And with one away, one of the hottest hitters on the Jackfish, Tyler Dupuy is going to get a chance to hit with 2 runners in scoring position. First pitch to Dupuy, just above the letters. Taken for a ball, it's 1-0. The Cardinals defense right now playing the corners in. At first, the whole infield came in, but now looks like on a ground ball up the middle, they will concede a run. As Dupuy is ahead 1-0 in the count. Here's the offering from Braun over the outside corner. Chris Long gives it a strike. And now it's 1-1 for Dupuy. Tied for the team lead in the early going with 2 RBIs. And he's sitting in a 1-1 count, 3-2 Jackfish lead. 1-1 offering is a breaking ball, missing outside. And it's 2-1 now. With Cena standing at third base, Wagner standing at second base. And the Jackfish looking for some insurance runs. The 2-1 to Dupuy, fouled straight back. Just above our heads here, behind home plate. And now the count's even at 2-2. And once again, Dupuy right on that fastball. Just underneath it a little bit, fouled it straight back. But you know when you foul the ball straight back, your timing's on. Just a little bit off on the baseball, so we'll see if he can put this one in play and drive in a couple runs to get a couple add-ons as the Jackfish lead 3-2. This pitch is outside, and now the count runs full. It's 3-2. Dupuy in this 3-2 count, thinking back to the game on Saturday against the Majors in that 9th inning. Seemed like every batter that came up to the plate was getting into a full count. Dupuy was one of those batters. He got on that inning on an error by the shortstop, Candell. Jackfish scored all their runs with 2 outs in that 9th inning. Now looking for some more. Here's Dupuy, hits a ball into right field. Backing up is the right fielder, Tyler Duncan. Still going back to the track. He reaches up, and he makes the catch. Both runners are going to tag up. Cena from third is going to score. Wagner now moving around third base. The throw to the plate, and it's offline. Wagner comes in to score as well. And a 2 RBI sacrifice fly from Tyler Dupuy. And something you don't see very often, a 2 RBI sacrifice fly. The ball was hit so deep, it took the right fielder Duncan back all the way to the warning track. He had to reach out to make the catch, and then the long throw into second base. And great coaching at third base by Jackfish third base coach Ricky Pilateri, noticing that that throw was taking a long time to get into second base, sending the runner Wagner around third and getting him to score, and the Jackfish now lead at 5-2. The Cardinals did just check at second base to see if Wagner left early. He did not. So it will stay as a 2 RBI sac fly. And now here's Brandon Nicholson. He has 2 RBIs himself, as he jumped Ben Braun in the first inning for a 2-run homer. The 1-0 to Nicholson, slashed in the air right field. Tyler Duncan over, reaches out, he makes the catch. And the inning is over. The Jackfish do score 2, and they lead it 5-2 now as we go into the top of the 6th. Sixth inning we go. And here comes Justin Gideon to lead off here for the Cardinals. They now trail at 5-2 after that 2-run inning by the Jackfish. And now before the first pitch to the center fielder Gideon, Harford's going to ask Sam Cocker to come out to the mound, and not 100% sure what this conversation is about. Seems to be a pretty lengthy one. And now it is over. Gideon is 0 for 2 to start this game. He struck out and popped up to the shortstop Wagner. And now pitching with a bit of a lead and some cushion. We'll see if Harford is aggressive after these Cardinals hitters. The 3-4-5 hitters due up in this inning. First pitch to Gideon up high. And the count is 1-0. After Gideon will be Tyler Duncan, the right fielder. And then Lane Renault, who plays third base today, is due up third in the inning. 1-0 from Harford. Strike on the outside corner. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch to Gideon. Fouled straight back. Right over our heads once again. And the count is 1-2. Gideon had his 300th hit in the IBL last season, also sitting on 37 home runs in his Intercounty Baseball League career. He has one this year as well. The 1-2 pitch pops straight up on the infield. Going into foul territory is Cocker. Ethan Hunt now calling everybody off, and he makes the catch. For the first out of the inning, a bit of an adventure for Ethan Hunt over there at third base. Came in, the ball was a little bit behind him, but a good athletic play to stick that glove out and record the first out of the inning. So now here comes Tyler Duncan. He reached his first time up on an error by the shortstop Wagner. He struck out his last time up, so 0 for 2. And there's one out. Jackfish lead at 5-2. Nobody on base. And the first pitch is high and outside from Harford. And the count's 1-0. Harford continues to throw on the mound. He's been solid so far. Through 5 1/3. Just 2 runs allowed. Jackfish bullpen quiet right now. Breaking ball. Perfect pitch. Outside corner. Gets the call. And it's 1-1. And I've mentioned it a few times. That breaking ball hasn't really been a put-away pitch like you might expect from a pitcher like Harford. but he's used it to get ahead of hitters and use that fastball late in counts. The 1-1 again, a breaking ball, and it's fouled straight back. And he's now ahead 1-2. There are a few pitchers down there in that Jackfish bullpen just stretching, staying loose, but nobody on the mound yet as Hartford continues to cruise in this 6th inning. The 1-2 pitch from Hartford. Breaking ball fouled away. Down onto that berm in the left field line. And the count's 1-2 now with one away. Hartford's gone back to back to back with breaking balls. He's tripled up on it. We'll see if he comes with a 4th one or if he wants to go back to that fastball in a 1-2 count. And here comes the offering. He does go with a fastball, but he misses high into the arm side. And it's 2-2. You generally don't want to throw the same pitch 4 times in a row. He did get a good result on it the first 3 times, but then he switched it up, went back to the hard stuff. Just missed high, though, and the count's now even at 2-2 with one away in the inning, and the base is empty. The 2-2 pitch on the way, swing and a miss. Strike 3, and 2 gone on the 6th strikeout of the game for Hartford.
Third baseman, number 6, Lane Renault.
Now here comes Lane Renault. Off to a bit of a slow start this year, but he did scorch a ball into center field his first time up. Hit a double and drove in Tyler Duncan, who reached on the error. So Renault, the number 5 hitter, stands in the right-handed batter's box facing the right-handed pitching Hartford. And the first pitch to him bounced on the ground through the hole in a left field, a base hit for Renault. And he's on for the 2nd time today.
Catcher, number 18, Jeremy Veilleux.
So a 2-out hit brings up the catcher, Jeremy Veilleux. He's 0 for 2 so far. Popped up to first base and also grounded back to the pitcher his last time up. And he'll get a chance to hit now with a runner on base at first base and 2 out. 5 2/3 so far for Hartford. And here comes the catcher, Veilleux. Time is called at the plate. Veilleux played in 23 games a season ago for the Cardinals. And he awaits the first pitch of his at-bat here in the 6th inning, and it is a breaking ball. It drifts outside. And the count is 1-0. For Renault standing over at first base, he does have a stolen base on the season. And with 2 outs, this is a possible running situation, but it's grounded out to second base. Moving over now, picking it up is Dupuis. Throw to first, and the inning is over. So Hartford does allow a base runner, but nothing more. Jackfish still lead at 5-2 as we move to the bottom of the 6th.
Once again.
Ethan Hunt to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning and a new pitcher into the game for the Cardinals. Ben Braun out of the game after 5 innings of work, 72 pitches, gave up 5 runs. So Julian Russell is out of the bullpen, the right-hander making his 2nd appearance of the season, pitched in that loss to Guelph. Pitched just 1 inning, did give up 1 hit, struck out a batter and did not allow a run. So we'll see if he's on just for 1 inning once again, or if he'll be asked to work more of a bulk roll out of the bullpen. First pitch bounced in the dirt. And the count's 1-0. Russell plays at Alderson Broaddus University in West Virginia. And the 1-0 pitch is on the inside corner. It's a strike. It's 1-1. Same University Jackfish left-hander Chris Boato attended. So a connection to these 2 pitchers, and the next pitch is on the outside corner. And it's strike 2, counts now 1-2. Russell is a position player and a pitcher, but has only made a pitching appearance so far for the Cardinals this year. 1-2 pitch bounces in there. And the count's now 2-2. Ethan Hunt up there, he's 0 for 2 in this game. Grounded back to the pitcher his first time up and then flew out to right field his last time up on a defensive gem by Tyler Duncan, diving to his glove side to make the play, and now fouled at the plate. It caught the catcher Veilleux, and he's down in a heap. Didn't see exactly where that got him from up here, but he's down in some discomfort. Waves off the manager, so he seems to be okay. A home plate umpire giving him some time. Dusting off the plate. As Ethan Hunt sits in a 2-2 count, Hogan Brown will bat next, and then Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, will be up third. So Veilleux looked like it was just some quick pain, but he's good to go now, and it's 2-2 count to Hunt. 2-2 pitch, bounced on the ground, easy hop for Renault, throw across the field, it's in time. And Hunt is thrown out, and he's now 0 for 3. That play right there looked like Renault took his time, got an easy hop, and then fired a strike across the diamond. Had a lot of velocity behind that throw. And there's 1 away, and here comes Hogan Brown. He had a single his first time up. Back in the first inning, he hit it to center field. And then struck out in the 4th, looking for his 2nd hit of the ball game. His first time he'll be able to face a right-handed pitcher in this game. The first pitch from Russell. This one's bounced on the ground. Luis Jean circles around it. Throw on the run. Not going to be in time. Hogan Brown beats out the ground ball, and he's on at first base.
Your designated hitter, number 39, Matt.
So an infield single for Hogan Brown, his 2nd hit of the game. And here comes the DH, Matt Hildebrandt. So after going the first game of the season hitless for Hogan Brown, he now has 3 hits on the year, playing in his 3rd game. So he got it going quickly after that 0 in game 1. And he bluffs a move to second base. Kind of threw off the pitcher Russell. He threw the ball in the dirt. And the count's 1-0 to Hildebrandt. And the shortstop, Luis Jean, looking in at first base, wondering if he's going to go or not. Again, they play the shift, even with a runner on first base against Hildebrandt. And he takes it inside. Jean not playing as far to the right side as he was in Hildebrandt's other at-bat when there were no runners on base. Now playing just to the left of second base. And Brown's running. The throw into second, and it is not in time. Brown steals it. And he gets into scoring position, and it's a 3-0 count for the DH Hildebrandt. And that's why Louis Jean was playing so close to the bag at second. Brown looked like he wanted to go. And he did that time, and now he's in scoring position. There's one out. He took his lead off his second, and now time is called at the plate. And Jeremy Veilleux's going to go out to the mound. And he's going to talk to Russell. Nobody is throwing in that Cardinals bullpen. So this is Russell's inning, and possibly more after that. But he's got a runner in scoring position now, and he's way behind in the count. 3-0 to Hildebrandt. And this is a situation where I would think the green light would be on with the power bat at the plate. Short lead off a second. And a move back to second base, but doesn't throw. And the count is still 3-0, and I wonder if that mound visit was to talk about changing up the sequence of the signs with a runner standing at second base, because he seems preoccupied with that runner when the man in the box can do a lot of damage. The 3-0 pitch outside for ball 4. Hildebrandt tosses the bat aside, and he gets on first base, and now here comes the catcher, Sam Cocker, with a chance with 2 runners on.
The catcher, number 16, Sam Cocker.
So possibly a little bit of a workaround right there to Hildebrandt. Not wanting any damage done. Now they put the double play in order with the catcher at the plate. He takes it inside and low. It's a ball, and it is a smart ploy by the Cardinals with not a ton of speed on first or at the plate. They could roll a double play ball to get out of the inning. Cocker's trying to put a wrench in that plan, though, as he stands there and fouls it straight back. Once again, just over our heads, and the count's even at 1-1. Hogan Brown stands out at second base. As he got on with an infield single to the shortstop. And Hildebrandt walked. He's on first. Brown's moving towards third base. The throw in there, and it is not in time. He steals third, and now he's 90 feet away from getting another run for the Jackfish. So he gets on first base with an infield single using his speed, then steals second, and now steals third. Pitches way inside to Cocker. And Russell's lost the zone a little bit. It's now 3-1. Thought when you saw Brown running, you may see the trail runner at first base going as well, but Hildebrandt held his ground over there at first base, and that pitch is low for ball 4. And back-to-back walks now have loaded the bases for the Jackfish. And here comes the first baseman, Zarly Cena, who's 1 for 2 in the game. Still no action down in that bullpen, as there's going to be a mound visit now, as the entire infield is going to go have a chat on the mound. And this is a massive opportunity for the Fish to really bust this game open. We saw them do that effectively in their first game against Brantford. Bases loaded, less than 2 outs. And Zarly Cena, who already has a hit in this game, he's also scored a run, will get a chance with 3 runners on base. It's Hogan Brown standing out at third base. Matt Hildebrandt, the runner, at second. And Sam Cocker, who just walked, is at first base. And the Jackfish lead right now 5-2, looking to make it more with Zarly Cena at the plate. And the bases loaded. Infield up the middle, playing about halfway in double play depth. The corners are playing in. The first pitch to Cena. It's up high. It gets off the catcher's glove. Veilleux. Brown's going to score from third base on the pass ball. And the Fish get a run without the benefit of a hit. And it's 6-2 Welland. So now, no double play in order. As there's an open base at first base, so now the infield's got to come all the way in. Right now, trailing 6-2, wanting to cut off any runner at the plate. The 1-0 pitch up high, and it's 2-0. I would think that last play would be scored a passed ball. As the catcher, Veilleux, got a glove on it. Couldn't corral it, though. And Brown trotted home from third. 2-0 to Cena. Popped up foul. And the count is 2-1. And all the time down there on the field during batting practice, this is something that the Jackfish work on. Always around getting the runners over, getting them in. And that's what Cena's going to have to do right now with the infield drawn in. Just get a ball in the air and get another run across the plate. Next pitch from Cena, and he rifles it into left field. And Hildebrandt's in to score. Cocker around third. He's going to score as well as the ball gets away from the left fielder, Feo. And that'll allow Cena to get into second. Zarly Cena shot that ball into left field. It got past the left fielder, Ashton Feo. 2 runs were likely going to score anyways, and the Jackfish have busted it wide open. It's 8-2. So for Cena, in his first game of the season, picks up his first and second RBIs. And he gets into scoring position as well on the miscue in left field. First pitch to Wagner is down low in the dirt, blocked nicely behind the plate by Veilleux, and again, he's shaken up. We saw that earlier on in the inning. He caught a foul ball. And now this time he blocked one in the dirt, and once again, taking his time. As now it does look like the Cardinals bullpen is going to spring into action. Just lightly tossing down there. Looks like the IBL veteran, Stefan Strecker. But it's Russell still on the mound as he tries to work out of this one right now. He's already given up 3 runs in this inning. The Jackfish lead at 8-2. Wagner tops the ball foul wide of first. And the count's even now. It's 1-1. Runner still standing out in scoring position. In Cena, the pitch to Wagner bounces in the dirt. Once again, Veilleux having to block a ball, and he's had a tough inning back there. He had that one go off his glove for a pass ball that allowed Hogan Brown to score. But that time he blocked it, not allowing Cena to pick up an extra 90 feet. The 2-1 pitch to Wagner, it's inside. Corralled by Veilleux. And the count's now 3-1 as Russell continues to spray it around the zone. It's a 3-1 count to the number 9 hitter, and if you're Russell, you want to come after this hitter because you don't want to go back to the top of the order in Morello, who's already done damage today. And this time, Wagner hits a ball into right field. It gets down. Cena had to hold up to make sure the ball got through. He now gets into third base. And Mike Wagner checks in with a base hit. So now it is back to the top of the order. On the play, Cena moves into third base. And now time is called. And now they may make a pitching change. Looks like they will. As the Cardinals manager's out of the dugout. And the Jackfish lead at 8-2. And he's going to take the ball from Russell. So a pitching change coming up as we play here in the bottom of the 6th. So it's the left-hander Drew Mainprize coming into the game for the Cardinals. Mainprize in his first season with Hamilton. Pitched last year in the IBL, pitched for Brantford. In 4 games, had an ERA over 13. He's pitched 2 2/3 so far this season, pitched against Barrie in that 4-3 loss, and did not give up a run in that outing. Walked 2, did not strike out anyone either. The Ancaster native and plays for the Guelph Griffins in the OUA. We'll get a chance to pitch with a runner at first and a runner at third, and the first pitch is inside to Morello. And the count is 1-0. Morello hit a home run back in the 3rd inning. It was a towering fly ball into right field that just had enough to get out of here. And here comes the 1-0, bounces in, and the count's now 2-0 to the leadoff hitter. And a lot of balls being thrown in this inning by Cardinals pitching. And a lot of the time that has an effect on the defense as they're standing out there not getting a ton of action. And the next pitch just at the letters. That's a strike, and the count's 2-1. That is the infield defense, that is. The outfield defense has had quite a bit of action in this inning. Jackfish hitting the ball all over the field. And Morello looking to do the same, but before that, Mainprize steps off. He looks in now. Now he has another sign. As Morello in a very bent stance steps in, and here comes the 2-1 in the dirt. Once again, blocked nicely behind the plate by Vu. And it's 3-1 to Morello. Standing on deck right now is Tyler Dupuis. He has a hit in this game. But there's 1 out in the inning and a 3-1 count to the Jackfish center fielder and leadoff man, Gio Morello. The 3-1 pitch bounced on the ground to the second baseman. Picked up, he's going to throw it to first, and he throws it away. He tagged the runner going to second base to get the out, and then he makes a wild throw to first, and that allows Zarly Cena to come in to score. Tyler Giancos had a ground ball, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want to tag the runner going by, and then he had tons of time to throw out the runner Morello, but he just threw it wide, and now it's 9-2 Jackfish. So a fielder's choice. And Zarly Cena comes in to score. Next pitch is high. It was a breaking ball. May have slipped out of his hand. As this long 6th inning continues, the Jackfish have scored 4 runs so far and looking for more with 2 outs and a runner at first base. Lefty delivers the 1-0. Dupuis corks it in the air left field. Going back is Feo, still going back. He's at the track now, backing up to the wall. He reaches up and it's off his glove. Morello circling around third base. He comes in to score. Dupuis around second. He'll stop right there. And an RBI double for Tyler Dupuis. And the Jackfish have cracked double digits. It's 10-2. So Tyler Dupuis with a double, grabbing his 3rd RBI of the season, scoring Zarly Cena all the way from first base. And that play right there, Ashton Feo went all the way back to the warning track and then to the wall. And he reached up, looked like he got a glove on it, but just bounced off the heel of his glove. So the Jackfish now way up in this one, leading at 10-2. Runner at second base. 2 outs in the inning, and it's Brandon Nicholson coming up to the plate. He takes on the outside corner for strike 1. The 9th man to come to the plate in this inning. Ethan Hunt, the number 4 hitter, grounded out to the third baseman Renault to start this 6th inning, which feels like an eternity ago at this point. And now time is called, and we're going to have another mound visit. The Jackfish have really put the hurting on in this inning, scoring 5 times and recording 9 hits. The defense of the Cardinals also has not been great, recording 3 errors. And that one that probably should have gotten out of the inning doesn't go down as an error. But the fielder's choice that should have been made. And it's 10-2 Jackfish. Nicholson hitting with a runner at second base. Bounces it back up the middle. Making a sliding stop is Genie. Gets up, doesn't have a play. But he'll hold that runner Dupuis at third base. And Nicholson gets on with an infield single.
Third baseman, number 25.
A great sliding stop behind the bag by Louis Jean, just to make sure another run didn't come across the plate. And now here comes Ethan Hunt. He's looking for his first hit of the game. Back in the first inning, hit a ball hard back to the mound and was thrown out. Then in the third inning, he was robbed of a hit into right field on a diving play by Tyler Duncan. And then his last time up was to start this 6th inning, and he grounded out to the third baseman. So the Jackfish have batted around here in the 6th. And here comes the 1-0. Fouled straight back at the plate. And the count now evens at 1-1. As now time is called as the ball gets collected behind the plate as the rain starts to fall here in Welland. We heard this was a possibility starting a little bit later on, and right when that rain started to fall, the crowd reacted, and now everybody's running for cover. As the play continues on the field, the 1-1 pitch to Hunt, runner going to second. Nicholson steals it. And 2 runners in scoring position now for the third baseman, Hunt. And the rain starting to fall with not too much intensity, but still enough to scatter the Jackfish faithful. Here comes the 2-1, fouled away down the right field side. And it's now 2-2 with 2 away in the inning. Jackfish have scored 5 runs here in this 6th, and they lead it 10-2 on 10 hits. Harford started this game for the Jackfish, still in the game. We'll see if he comes back out after this lengthy wait in the dugout, and a swing and a miss from Ethan Hunt to finally end the inning. But the Jackfish do score 5, and they lead it 10-2 as we go to the top of the 7th. So after that 6th inning was over and we went away, the rain really picked up here in Welland just after 9:30. This was around the time they said the weather would start to open up, and the skies have opened up, and Harford was throwing his warm-up toss as the rain started to pour down. He just ran off the field now. We are in a rain delay, and we will keep you updated as we learn more.
left fielder number 7, Ashton Feo.
So we're out of a rain delay now as we come back here in the 7th inning. The rain came on hard for just a little bit, but has cleared up now. So back to baseball here at the pond as the grounds crew did a great job. Get those tarps on quickly, raked off the field. And everything's looking good right now, and we're ready to go in the 7th inning as Jake Harford's still on the mound. And it's Ashton Feo coming up. And Harford, first one on the outside corner, is a strike. I've noticed some people talking about what the score is. It is 10-2 to Welland right now. We are having some trouble with the graphics at this point. Still trying to get that scoreboard up there for you. Producer Brent's been working extremely hard here every day trying to figure that out. So we'll have that as soon as possible, but it is 10-2 Jackfish lead here in the 7th inning. Pitch down low in the dirt and called a ball. And the count's now 2-1, and a lot of fans still sticking around. Got shelter right when the rain came in. Now quite a few back in their seats and ready for some more Jackfish baseball. The next pitch from Harford is up and outside. And the count is now 3-1, and this is something you expect from a pitcher who had to wait about 15 minutes between throwing pitches. Also that long half inning that he had to wait for as he pours one over the outside corner at strike 2. A lot of the time you see a substitution after a rain delay, but Jake Harford pitching well stays in the game. He's missed a few times to the leadoff hitter, but he's right back in the count, and here comes the 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called at the knees. He got him, and there's one away. Sam Cocker with the frame down low, as we now have a pinch hitter coming up to the plate. As Jacob Underwood comes up to the dish. Underwood is hitting for the designated hitter, Fox Pappas. The left-handed hitter facing the right-handed pitcher, Harford. He takes up high. And the count is 1-0. Underwood, a season ago, got into 2 games with the Welland Jackfish, played most of his time with the junior Jackfish, as he takes just outside, and the count's 2-0, so he's used to the confines here in Welland. In 5 at-bats a season ago, went 1 for 5. And now hitting in a 2-0 count as he swings and misses on a fastball, and it's 2-1. A big swing from Underwood. Looked like he was trying to put a dent in that 10-2 lead, but he came up empty, and the count's 2-1. The offering from Harford, over the middle of the plate at the knees. And the count evens up at 2-2 with 1 away in the inning, nobody out. Or 1 out, excuse me. Underwood plays at Brock University, is from Hamilton, so playing for his hometown team. Takes outside corner, strike 3 called, back-to-back strikeouts, and there's 2 down. So another pinch hitter coming into the game, as due up is the second baseman, Tyler Giancos. He had an RBI on a sacrifice fly into right field. Now Nathan Scragg is into the ballgame, the right-handed hitter. He'll likely stay in the game and play second base as he comes on with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch to him is over the outside edge, and the count's 0-1. Scragg from Port Perry, Ontario, in his second year with the Cardinals, played in 11 games. A season ago, hit .256. 0-1 pitch is high, and the count's 1-1. For Scragg, plays college baseball at Dawson Community College at 312 this season, playing up the middle, second base and shortstop. This one at the knees is a strike, and the count's 1-2. Said he likes to be known as a scrappy hitter and a menace on the base paths. So some speed A guy who puts the ball in play, and he puts it in play to the pitcher, Harford. Harford's throw offline. Cena comes off the bag, gloves it, and then tags the runner, Scragg, going up the first base line. And the side is retired. After the rain delay, it's 3 up, 3 down. Jackfish lead at 10-2 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Welcome back. Brendan Lang here with you as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Hogan Brown is the hitter due up for the Jackfish. And before we start this bottom half of the 7th, there's a conversation on the mound. New pitcher into the game for Hamilton. It's Spencer Bach, who's throwing his warm-up tosses, but the manager of the Cardinals is out, and he's complaining about the mound at this point after there was a rain delay, if you were with us. You see Bach kind of kicking around the mound. And now Brian Essery's going to come out of the Jackfish dugout as Bach continues to get a feel for that mound. In the Jackfish bullpen, there is some action now. That's Brett Lawson, the IBL veteran. He's warming up down there as we play in the bottom of the 7th inning, and still a conversation going on around the mound as Bach continues to kick at the dirt. And now Ricky Pilateri coming in from third base as well. So a lengthy conversation, but when we do get underway, it'll be Hogan Brown who will lead off the inning. Matt Hildebrandt, the DH, will also be up, and then Sam Cocker, the catcher, will get a shot in this inning as well. So it looks like the conversation on the mound is done. And it's going to be Hogan Brown coming to the dish. Brown had a hit in his first time up. He's also struck out and got on last time in the 6th. As the London, Ontario native, Bach toes the rubber. Facing the left-handed hitting Hogan Brown. Gets into the windup, and the first pitch out of the bullpen is down low for a ball. Bach pitched for the Cardinals a season ago. got into 5 games, all in relief. Pitch 8 2/3 innings, struck out 3 batters, also walked 6. Had an ERA up over 9 in those 5 games. The next pitch is down low for a ball. And the count's now 2-0 as he looks in for the sign. And the 2-0 pitch to Brown incoming. Brown wanted to go after it, but he did hold off. That point is moot as it's a strike over the outside corner. And the count's now 2-1 as the Cardinals bullpen continues to throw behind Bach as well. Rocks, and here comes the 2-1. Inside, looked like it may have been a breaking ball. Brown able to dance out of danger. And it's now 3-1, and as you mentioned, the manager was out talking about the mound. It seems like Bach can't really get a feel for it right now, kind of kicking around between pitches. It's a 3-1 count to Brown. Brown swings and misses, came out of his shoes. He was trying to hit a ball out to right field. He was way ahead of the off-speed offering. And it's now a 3-2 count with the DH Hildebrand waiting on deck. The 3-2 inbound. Fouled straight back. Also playing second base now is Nathan Scragg. He came into the game to pinch hit for the second baseman and number 9 hitter, Tyler Giancos. So he sticks around and plays second base. As Bach's now ready, and here comes another 3-2 pitch. Brown swings and once again fouls it away, this time down the third base side. It gets out of play, likely into the parking lot back here at Welland Stadium. Count remains at 3-2. Bach from London, as I mentioned, pitches for Brock University. So pitches around the area of Welland as Brown now puts one in play. It's popped up. Third baseman Renault going back into the outfield, now being called off by the shortstop Jean. And he makes the catch falling down. Sticks with it and makes the play for the first out of the inning. And you could see Renault going out there, and the shortstop always has priority on fly balls in the infield. He made the call, got Renault out of the way, and then you saw the wind kind of take that ball, and he had to fall back to make the catch. Also, that grass is probably a little bit wet out there in the outfield, so that may have factored into the fall as well. But nonetheless, he does make the play. And there's one out, nobody on base for Matt Hildebrandt, the left-handed hitter and designated hitter for the Jackfish. The first pitch to him is a breaking ball, drops in over the outside corner. And it's strike one. Once again, the shift being played in this 10-2 Jackfish lead. Now with no runners on base, they go back to 3 men on the right side of the infield. The 0-1 to Hildebrandt. Swing and got it through the hole into right field. That's a base hit for Matt Hildebrandt. He saw the shift there and he said, I'll just hit it right through it. And he does, and he's on at first base. A lot of the time with that shift, you see hitters change their swing, try to go the other way with it, maybe even drop down a bunt to get on base. But Hildebrandt saw what they were doing, thought he'd just hit it right through it, and he did. Because we know he has lots of velocity off the bat, and now there's going to be a pinch runner coming on into the game. For the Fish, Tyson Gom coming off the bench to run for Hildebrandt. Gom has gotten into a game so far this season. He pinch hit for Brandon Underhill in that Saturday game against London and played second base. He had 2 at-bats, was 0 for 2, and now he's going to run on first base as Matt Hildebrandt's night is done. Sam Cocker, the catcher, steps up to the plate, and he takes one right down the middle. It's strike one. Gom takes his lead off of first base, still being held on by the first baseman. Next pitch to Cocker. He tried to hook it right inside the line, but it's foul. And the count's 0-2. Once again, the crowd still into it after a lengthy rain delay. All the fans still cheering on the Jackfish as they lead it 10-2 in the bottom of the 7th. The catcher, Sam Cocker, stands at the plate. And a runner at first base. Cocker pops one up. Veilleux moving to the screen now, reaches back, and he can't make the play. Jeremy Veilleux went all the way to the screen thinking that ball was going to get into the seats. But the ball came back, and he couldn't make the play. And we've seen that now twice in this inning, that pop-up to Luis Jean out at shortstop. He was going out. The wind kind of took the ball back to where he thought it was going to be. He had to fall down and make the catch. Veilleux kind of sees the same play there on a pop-up behind the plate. But he couldn't quite squeeze it. So Cocker now with another life at the plate. Still in an 0-2 count. And here's the offering. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Cocker's gone. And there's 2 away. So now here comes Arlie Cena to the dish. Cena's had a good day at the plate. Had a 2 RBI hit last time. Also a single into center field. Also grounded into a double play back in the 2nd inning. There's a runner at first base this time, but with 2 away. And Cena out in front, grounds a 2-0 at third. He bobbles it a little bit, still can't find the handle on it. Now he whips it across the diamond. Easily beaten out by Zarly Cena. And the defense continues to let down the Cardinals. As an E5 will put a runner on first base. And the number 9 hitter and shortstop Mike Wagner coming up to the dish. Before he gets a chance, though, a mound visit. Now home plate umpire Chris Long is going to go out and break up the meeting. Wagner today has 2 hits, both to right field. One of them of the bloop variety. The other one was a line shot into right. Now with 2 outs in the inning and a 10-2 lead for the Fish, Wagner's going to hit with a runner at second base and a runner at first. Gaume standing at second, and it's Zena at first base. First pitch to Wagner over the outside edge. And the count is now 0-1. On deck, Gio Morello, the leadoff hitter. If Wagner can find a way to get on base here in this 7th inning. 0-1 pitch to Wagner. Belted in the air, going to right field, but the ball is in foul territory now, and it's going to drop foul. Once again, the first baseman, Tristan Osika, making a great effort to catch that pop fly in foul territory, but couldn't quite run it down. Tyler Duncan, the right fielder, wasn't able to get there either. So the count remains 0-2 on Wagner. Wagner joined the Jackfish about midway through the season a year ago. Played a lot of second base when he first came over to the team. He also had a lengthy time pitching in the IBL for the Toronto Maple Leafs. So a guy that can definitely do both, but for the Jackfish has been exclusively a position player. And here comes the 0-2 to Wagner. Swing and a miss. And a foul tip at the plate, actually. Looked like he caught the ball, but it did bounce. Jeremy Veilleux again questioning the home plate umpire, but to no avail. And the count is still 0-2. Once again, the pitcher kicking at the mound, trying to get good footing on there. Checks the runner at second multiple times, and now before delivering to the plate, Wagner calls time. And a smart move by the hitter Wagner is he's just standing there after the pitcher checked 3 times at second base. And Bach may have been waiting for Wagner to call time. Maybe he wasn't confident in the pitch that he had chosen. And it's now an 0-2 count. 2 runners on base for Wagner as he tries to drive them in. The Jackfish lead at 10-2. Breaking ball over the middle, swing and a miss, strike 3. Wagner goes down on strikes. So the Jackfish do get 2 runners on. They don't score. And it's 10-2 as we go to the top of the 8th.
Your time is now. You're ready for your next big step. Niagara College is a proven leader among Ontario colleges. Our students are prepared to succeed and drive innovation locally and around the world. Our supportive student culture and state-of-the-art learning facilities help you achieve your dream. Choose academic excellence. Choose experiential learning. Choose career success. Choose Niagara College today. Visit niagaracollege.ca/apply.
So here comes the leadoff hitter for the Cardinals. It's Tristan Osika as he hits here in the 8th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Jackfish is Brett Lawson. Lawson, the big man on the mound, standing at 6'8", 230 pounds, and he's a long-time IBL pitcher. He's pitched for the Maple Leafs, the Baycats, as well as the Guelph Royals. And now with the Welland Jackfish, he joined the team a season ago. As it's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-1. Lawson pitched mostly out of the bullpen for the Jackfish last season. He did make 2 starts, and he has been a starter over the majority of his career. As here comes the 1-1, swing and a miss. Changeup running away from the left-handed hitting Osika. And the count's now 1-2. Lawson made 2 starts, pitched in 4 games out of the bullpen. The next pitch just misses outside. And the count is even at 2-2. Lawson pitching out of the full windup out of the bullpen. Hit in the air left field. Hogan Brown almost in his tracks. Now he reaches out and makes the catch. And there's 1 away for Brett Lawson.
Shortstop number 43, Luis Jean.
So here comes Luis Jean, the shortstop, right-handed hitter, to face the right-handed pitching Brett Lawson. Lawson also a Minnesota Twins draft pick in 2001. The 5-time IBL champion. And this is one of those guys out there in the bullpen that can really mentor those young pitchers. as he's been around everything there has to be in baseball, and he pours the first pitch over to Jean. And it's a strike. And the count is 0-1 with one away, nobody on base. Jackfish leading it 10-2. Jackfish with 12 hits on the day. The next pitch from Lawson just misses inside. And the count evens up at 1-1. Jean struck out his last time up in the fifth. That was against the starter Hartford. As Lawson works in his first inning of the game, once again taken inside. And the count is 2-1. Lawson, even after pitching as long as he has in the IBL, still has decent velocity on the fastball. As he's pitching from behind in the count, it's 2-1. Throws that one in the dirt. Couldn't be blocked by Cocker. And it's now 3-1. Lawson, drafted by the Twins, only spent one season in the Twins system, but did play 6 years of pro ball as a whole, played 5 years in independent leagues. Now pitching in the IBL as it's fouled at the plate. And it's 3-2 with one away, nobody on base. Defense playing straight up on Jean, and he's a guy that can spray the ball all over the field. Mentioned earlier on in this broadcast, his first game of the season against Brantford hit for the cycle. And coming into the game today, hitting .385, so off to a good start at the plate. Does have a hit today as well. And the 3-2 offering right back up the middle, right around the second base bag. Wagner goes and gets it, but he can't make a play. Ball just wasn't hit hard enough, and Jean has great speed. He beat that ball out. So a runner now at first base, and Wagner known to be a strong defender over there at shortstop. Dupuis as well at second base. The Jackfish really do have a strong defensive middle infield. Even when Brandon Underhill is playing out there as well, as he did on Saturday against the Majors. And Wagner got to that ball, just not enough time to throw out the speedy runner. So now here's the center fielder, rifles it to second base, caught by Dupuis, throw it back to first, a double play! That ball was absolutely rifled off the bat of Justin Gideon, speared on a line by Dupuis, quick throw back to first to get the runner Jean. So a line drive double play to get out of it. Jackfish still lead at 10-2 as we go to the Jackfish inning in the bottom of the eighth here at the pond. Back to the top of the order for the Fish here in the 8th inning. Gio Morello will lead things off, and quite possibly the last at-bat here for the home side, as they are up 10-2. Spencer Bach still on the mound. Left-handed hitting Gio Morello climbs into the batter's box. First pitch of the inning over the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Standing on deck is Tyler Dupuis. He started that line drive double play to end the top of the 8th inning, and then Brandon Nicholson after him. Rocks and deals. Bach just misses outside. You drop the ball, and the count's now even at 1-1. Morello hit into a fielder's choice his last time up, but a ball that probably should have been turned into a double play. The second baseman, Giancos, made the play to tag the runner and then threw the ball wildly to first base, as Morello fouls one wide of first. And the count is now 1-2. Bach getting ahead before this inning started. Stefan Strecker was getting loose down there in that Cardinals bullpen. Now seems to have stopped throwing as he's ready and standing by if he's needed here in this inning. Morello swings and misses at a pitch in the dirt. Tag to complete the strikeout, and there's one gone. So now it's going to be the second baseman, Tyler Dupuis. His last time up had an RBI double back in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 4 on the day, also flown out to right field twice and struck out. He's going to hit with 1 out, nobody on base, in a 10-2 Jackfish lead. Spencer Bach, first pitch in there for strike 1. And it's 0-1 now. Bach continues to kick around at that mound, but he does find his footing. He finds his pitch. And here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball, perfectly placed, swing and a miss from Dupuis. And Bach is ahead now 0-2. O2 offering on the way to Dupuis is outside. He pulled the fastball. And the count is now 0-2. He tried to muscle up on that one a little bit. Just tried to overthrow it. And pulled it to the glove side. Still ahead in the count, though. It's 1-2, 1 away. And the Jackfish second baseman at the dish. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball just missed outside. The tried to frame that one, but he couldn't bring it back over the outside corner. And it's now 2-2 now, as Dupuis, give him credit, even up 10-2, up 8 runs here in the 8th inning. Still battling, still getting himself back into an even count, and now he swings and misses at a fastball up high. And he struck out, and there's 2 away in the inning, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Brandon Nicholson. So the right fielder, Nicholson, comes up. He's 2 for 4 in the game and back in that first inning, which seems like a while ago at this point. Hit a 2-run home run to get this Jackfish offense going. And he sure did get it going as they ended up scoring 10 runs. Still up to the plate. Still up to bat here in the 8th inning, so possibly trying to add on some more. First pitch to Nicholson was poured over for a strike. And the count's 0-1. The 0-1 offering with 2 outs just misses inside. And the count is 1-1. You could tell Bach after that pitch, looking in at home plate umpire Chris Long, really wanting that inside corner, but he didn't get it. So it's an even count to the Jackfish right fielder. Here comes the 1-1. Belted in the air, center field. Going back to the center fielder, Gideon. He looks up, and it is off the wall. Nicholson motors around first. He gets into second with a stand-up double, and his 3rd hit of the game and second extra base hit of the evening.
Third baseman.
Off the bat, I thought he got another one. He absolutely smoked that ball. And it just banged off the wall out by that Pepsi sign. Just in left center field. And I thought for sure that ball was going to get out of here. The wind has completely died down. If you look out at the flags in center field, nothing going on right now. And Ethan Hunt, the third baseman, comes up to the plate. He's playing in his first game in the IBL, first game with the Jackfish. Still looking for that first hit. He's 0 for 4 so far. Sitting in a 1-0 count, and here's the offering up high. And the count's 2-0, excuse me. And if you look at his stance, it's a interesting stance that he has. He really bends over in that right-handed batter's box, kind of leaves his bat out over the plate. A little unorthodox stance, but seems to work for him. He's ahead in the count, 2-0. And here comes the pitch from Bach. Just inside, called a ball. And it's now 3-0 to Hunt with the left-handed hitting Hogan Brown waiting on deck. Brett Lawson pitched the 8th inning for the Jackfish. Chris Boato was loosening up in the bullpen, but he has sat down. So we'll see who comes out as this ball's rifled foul. 3-0 count. He was swinging. And that's the first strike of the at-bat. It's 3-1 now with 2 away. Hunt trying to get on for the first time here today. Runner out at second base. A single with 2 out. Likely scores the run. Here comes the 3-1. Popped up on the infield. Moving in is the second baseman now with the hat flies off. Makes a sliding catch to retire the side. That's Nathan Scraggs coming in to make that play. So the Jackfish do get a 2-out double. Get a runner to second base, but don't score. They still lead it 10-2 as we go to the 9th inning. We go to the 9th inning. Brendan Lang here with you as Chris Boato is out of the bullpen. Brett Lawson, nice clean 1 inning of work. Boato out of the pen, lefty on lefty. Throws a strike to Tyler Duncan. And a good start for Boato. He has already appeared in 1 game. Pitching out of the bullpen, pitched 3 innings out of the bullpen in the first game. He picked up the save. Struck out 6 over those 3 innings, did allow 2 hits, but did not allow an earned run to score. And he's one of those guys who's very reliable. He's somebody who can pitch out of the bullpen, also pitch in the rotation if he has to, as that ball's fouled away. It's 0-2. A season ago, pitched to a 3.98 ERA, pitched in 12 contests. 5 of those were starts. 52 innings pitched and 43 strikeouts. The 0-2, way up high. And the count is now 1-2 to the right fielder. Bellato on the mound, looking in for the sign. He's got it. And here comes the pitch to the lefty. Breaking ball, got it over the outside edge. Strike 3. And there's 1 gone.
Third baseman, number 6, Lane Renault.
So here comes Lane Renault now. The third baseman. He had a single in the left field his last time up. Facing now a left-handed pitcher. The first time he'll get to do that here today, standing in the right-handed box, and he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. Had a huge rip at that one. And the count is 0-1. Bellato shaking his head on the mound as he waits for Renault to get back into the batter's box. A guy known to work quickly. Lefty deals. It's up high. Bellato gets that ball back. Gets right back on the rubber. And he's ready to go. 1-1 count. Jackfish lead it 10-2. 1 away, nobody on. After Bellato got the first hitter on strikes. That's a breaking ball. Just got it over the outside. And it's 1-2, and now something that we know is breaking ball has a ton of break on it. Likes to start it away from the right-handed hitters and break it back over the outside of the plate. And now with 2 strikes, we'll see what he goes with. The next pitch fouled straight back. He went with the fastball. And the count is 1-2. Went with the fastball there. You think that's just to get the hitter Renault off the breaking ball, because we know he likes to go to that in strikeout situations. Really in all situations, to get ahead of hitters and once he's ahead. Now he's kicking at the mound, just like Spencer Bach was in the last inning. Here comes the pitch from Bellato. Swing and a miss. He did double up on the fastball. And there's 2 down. The Cardinals are down to their final out. So back-to-back punch-outs for Bellato. 1 looking and 1 swinging.
For Hamilton, number 28, Aiden Colangelo.
And now a pinch hitter, Aiden Colangelo, coming up for the Hamilton Cardinals. Playing in his first season with the Cardinals here in the IBL. Stands in righty, facing the lefty, shoots it back up the middle. Dupuis slides and makes the catch to end the ball game. A great defensive play by Tyler Dupuis highlights a 10-2 victory for the Jackfish as they move to 3-0 on the young season. The fireworks ring out here at the pond for any fans that stuck around. And the Jackfish stay atop of the standings. They do sit in first place coming into today. Barry sitting in second. The Jackfish also own the best run differential in the entire IBL. So they are 3-0 after that win. With the loss for the Cardinals, they move to 1-3. The Jackfish will play again on Saturday. They will welcome the Toronto Maple Leafs into town. It'll be a 6:05 start against the Maple Leafs, and then they go out on the road the next day to finish off a home-and-home series with the Maple Leafs. That's a 2 o'clock start on a Sunday. So the Jackfish win it 10-2 and move to 3-0 on the season. Thank you for everyone for coming along and watching today. I'm Brendan Lang, and have a great night.